This is lesson 9.2, the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. A Pythagorean triple is a set of three positive integers that work in the Pythagorean theorem. An example is 3, 4, 5. The converse of the Pythagorean theorem states, if given three lengths of the three sides of a triangle satisfy the Pythagorean theorem, then the triangle is a right triangle. So we will use the converse of the Pythagorean theorem to prove that the Pythagorean triple example that they gave us right here works. We remember that the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we plug in those three numbers that they gave us. So that would be 3 squared plus 4 squared. And we're trying to figure out if that will equal 5 squared. 3 squared is 9 plus 16 equals 5 squared is 25. 9 plus 16 is 25, so 25 equals 25. It worked, so that means it is a Pythagorean triple. If we were given a triangle with those three side lengths and we got it to work like this, that means the triangle is a right triangle. Example problems related to the Pythagorean theorem. How high up on the wall will a 20-foot ladder touch if the bottom of the ladder is placed 5 feet from the wall? Well, to do this, we need a picture. So we've got our picture, now let's label the parts. It says that the ladder is 20 feet. So there's our beautiful ladder. 20 feet. And it's asking us how high up on the wall. So from here to here is what we're trying to solve. We were also told the ladder is placed 5 feet from the wall. So the bottom of the ladder is 5 feet away. Now we can go ahead and make this angle right here a 90-degree angle because the wall should be 90 degrees. It should be perpendicular with the ground. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If we fill in what we know, we should be able to find out the leftover variable, which is the height of the ladder from the ground. And remember, c is what is across from the 90-degree angle, so here our c value is 20, and then a and b we can write as either x or 5, it doesn't matter. So x squared plus my other leg length is 5 squared should equal our hypotenuse, which is 20 squared. X squared plus 25 equals 400. And then we just solve. I subtract 25 on both sides. So x squared equals 375. And then to get x by itself, we square root both sides. And x is about, because that's not a perfect square, 19.4. Don't forget the label, feet. Find the area of a rectangular rug if the width is 12 feet and the diagonal measure is 20 feet. So once again, we need a pretty picture. So there's the rug. Beautiful. I know. The width is 12, so 12 feet for the width. And the diagonal, let's draw that in, is 20 feet. And so we are asked to find the area, which means we need to first figure out what the length of the rug is. So if we have a rectangular rug, in which we do, that means this corner here, all of the corners would be 90, and so our hypotenuse is 20 feet because it is across from the 90, which means that is the c value. X and 12 are the leg lengths, so x squared plus 12 squared equals 20 squared. We can solve for x. X squared plus 144 equals 400. Subtract 144 from both sides. X squared equals 256. So when we square root both sides to get x by itself, and x equals 16. So we know over here is 16 feet, but we were asked to find the area of the rug, and so the area equals base times height, or length times width, same thing. So the area equals 12 times 16. So the area equals 192 feet. This is area, so squared. Use the converse of the Pythagorean theorem to determine if these are right triangles. Label the legs A and B. The hypotenuse is the longest side. We're trying to figure out if this is a right triangle. So we plug it in to the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And we'll see if we get a true statement. So 120 squared plus 50 squared, does that equal, question mark, 130 squared? So 14,400 plus 2,500 equals 16,900. And then if we add these two together over here, combine like terms, 16,900, which does equal 16,900. We've simplified it all the way. We got a true statement. That is true. So yes, it is a right triangle. So then we could go ahead and put the 90 there. Alright, so we can check this one. Again, we need to figure out which is the hypotenuse. It's the longest side. That's C here. The other two are just A and B. It looks like if we have a 90-degree angle, it's between 12 and 35. So let's go ahead and check. We plug it into the Pythagorean theorem. So 12 squared plus B is 35 squared equals, let's see, C, which is 36 squared. So now let's check and see if we get a true statement. 144 plus 1,225 equals 1,296. We can go ahead and combine like terms, add these together here. 1,369 and 1,296. Those are not equal to each other, so no, this is not a right triangle. And this concludes our lesson 9.2.